Today I'm with Sepi Roshan from Astute Coaching and Development, and we're talking about how startup businesses can get online. Now, for me personally, I do get a lot of inquiries and calls through from startups asking me what's important in terms of online marketing, whether it be email, social, website development, search engines. I think it's important that we go through some of the things startup businesses should be thinking about. Seb, you've got some experience setting up your own website.
I do actually, Ian, and I'm very much going through what I go through my clients with, which is that self-awareness of what I actually want my website to do. So at the moment, I've got a static website that I direct clients to, and they can find out a little bit about me. I've noticed on other sites that there's a lot of fancy schmancy type of work. Now, I'm not a very techie person, and I was wondering whether that's something that everybody should have on their website.
So what do you mean by fancy schmancy stuff like that?
Well, I suppose I've looked at some websites and they have, you click onto them and they have a video that comes up. You then have things that, sing things to you and they go straight into song, or they've got animation. And I wasn't sure whether that's something that was necessary. Now, having done some self-awareness work and understanding what I want my business to do, I don't think so, but I thought I would come to an expert and find out what actually the options are for businesses that want to go online.
I think it's going to be really important to kind of understand what online is. We mentioned at the beginning there about whether it's email, social, website development, because it isn't just about having a website. For example, social media. How much do you get involved in that?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of social media, and the reason is that I like to set boundaries, and that's why I don't really like Facebook. The clients that I work with aren't really Facebook people. So it's not really something that I'm interested in. I use LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is very good. It sets the boundaries of professional, linking up professionals and finding out information and resources that will help you along in your business. But Facebook, I think it's more of a social thing, and it's not really what I'm personally interested in.
Well, what I usually advise in terms of startup businesses and social media is, first off, you've got to give it a try, and it's always going to be different for different industries. A lot of my clients are dentists, and there's a big dental community that resides on Facebook, and I think that's really because their customers, their patients are on Facebook as well, so they're able to market directly to them using that social network. For LinkedIn, it's very much business to business. So if you're doing business with other business professionals, then LinkedIn gives you the forum to appropriately do that.
A lot of clients come to me because they've got information overload. There's a lot of clutter. There's a lot of information coming to them. They put their email somewhere, and then they find that they get, something from SurveyMonkey, let's say, it'll only take 5 seconds of your time. As someone who gets small businesses online or startups online, what would you say to somebody who's not interested in doing that same thing to somebody else?
I think there's two different types of spam there. You've got social spam, which is a bit of a problem, but then you've also got email spam, which is a huge problem. I mean, social spam is you follow someone or you engage with them on LinkedIn, and the next thing you know, they're updating it all the time. Now, I think it's perfectly acceptable to be updating your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, 5-10 times a day. That's fine, as long as what you're tweeting, what you're updating is of value. If it's going to be stuff like what you had for breakfast, or you're walking down the street and you saw something, that's not really going to add value to anyone's day. But if you are tweeting valuable stuff, retweeting someone else's tweet, for example, that is fine. I think that's worthwhile. The same, I think, is for email. Email marketing still has a place, but I think businesses tend to overuse it and end up losing customer loyalty, losing or damaging reputation. I think, again, the same idea of value has got to apply. Fair enough, send out your newsletter, but if it doesn't have any value, then you're only going to, people are only going to be clicking on unsubscribe and nothing more. So probably doesn't have a place, 5 or 10 times a day. Once every 2 months for email marketing is about what people expect, I'd imagine. How many times do you receive email marketing messages?
Well, I spend, a lot of my time sort of decluttering and working out what it is that is relevant to me and what is not. And I must say I do hit the delete button quite a few times. But what I'm sort of understanding from what you're saying is that it's all about having that objective and understanding what it is that you want from your online marketing, and to sort of what I call turn your eyes inside, have a good look at yourself and work out actually what is it that I want from my online marketing, so that I can do the best not only for myself but for my clients. And certainly as a coach, that's quite valuable insight, because it's all about the client working out what it is that they want.
On that note, really, I think it's important to talk about client empathy, to understand what your clients, what your customers, both potential and existing, actually want, and provide that to them. And can it be provided in a tweet? Can it be provided in a email newsletter? Or can it be done via a website? And those are the things I think people have got to consider. One of the first things they ask a potential new client in a new client meeting is, why do you want a website? And that just gets them thinking about the importance of being online, but also about what their objectives are. Is it to make money? It usually is. It should be. There's no shame in that. Is it to give some other kind of value? Is it to sell products? Is it to give advice? Is it to get people to sign up? I think understanding that objective will then give you ideas about what online marketing strategies you should be employing. What is going to work for e-commerce? Is it social? Is it email marketing? What is going to work for subscriptions? Is that social or email marketing? Or what's going to work when you give advice? Because social and email marketing really do work if you're a service-based business.